The night that changed everything. Before we begin this incredible journey, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comment telling us what you think. Your support means everything. Now, let's dive into a story that will leave you speechless. The rain fell like bullets against the windshield. Thunder split the sky into pieces. Lightning turned night into day for brief, terrifying moments. And Daniel Carter was exhausted. 34 years old, divorced, single father to a 5-year-old girl named Emma who meant more to him than oxygen itself. He worked as a maintenance technician, traveling across the city fixing heating systems, electrical panels, broken elevators. Whatever kept the lights on. Whatever paid for Emma's clothes, her food, her future. Tonight, he was driving home through the worst storm the city had seen in 20 years. Water flooded the roads. Cars were abandoned. Traffic lights swung wildly in the wind. Daniel gripped the wheel tighter. Just get home. Just get to Emma. Then he saw it. Brake lights. Spinning. A car hydroplaning across 3 lanes, slamming into a concrete barrier with a sickening crunch. Steam hissed from the hood. The driver's side was crushed inward. Daniel didn't hesitate. He pulled over, threw open his door, and ran through the storm. Rain soaked him instantly. His boots splashed through ankle-deep water. He reached the wrecked car and looked inside. A woman, mid-30s, sharp business attire now soaked and torn. Blood trickled from her forehead. Her eyes were wide, glassy, in shock. She was trapped. The seatbelt had jammed. The door was crumpled shut. And smoke was starting to rise from the engine. "Can you hear me?" Daniel shouted over the storm. Her lips moved. Barely. "Help. Please." He didn't think. He grabbed a tire iron from his truck, smashed the passenger window, crawled inside. The smoke was thicker now. Burning plastic. Gasoline. No time. He cut the seatbelt with his pocket knife, pulled her across the seats, dragged her out into the rain just as the engine caught fire. Flames erupted. Daniel shielded her body with his, stumbling backward, falling into the flooded street. The car exploded. Heat washed over them. Debris scattered. The woman screamed, clutching his jacket. He held her tight. "You're safe. I got you." She looked up at him, rain streaming down her face, eyes filled with terror and gratitude. Then she fainted. Daniel carried her to his truck. She was light, fragile, trembling. He didn't know her name. Didn't know anything about her. But he knew she needed help. The nearest hospital was 12 miles away. The roads were flooded. Emergency services were overwhelmed. Take her home. Warm her up. Then figure it out. His small house appeared through the rain like a ghost. 1 story. Peeling paint. Chain link fence. The kind of place nobody noticed. Inside, he laid her on his bed, the only real bed in the house. He covered her with every blanket he owned, checked her pulse, her breathing. She was alive, stable. Daniel sat on the edge of the bed, watching her. Her face was pale but strong. Expensive jewelry glinted on her wrist. Designer watch. High-end clothes. Who was she? Emma appeared in the doorway, rubbing her eyes. Her brown curls were messy. Her teddy bear dragged on the floor. "Daddy, who's that?" Daniel knelt down, pulled her close. "Someone who got hurt in the storm, baby. She needs to rest. Is she going to be okay?" "I think so." Emma looked at the woman with wide, curious eyes. "You saved her, didn't you?" "I just did what anyone would do." Emma shook her head. "No, Daddy, not everyone would." He kissed her forehead. "Go back to bed, sweetheart." "Okay. Love you, Daddy. Love you more." Emma disappeared. Daniel returned to the couch, grabbed a thin blanket, and tried to sleep. But his mind wouldn't stop. Who was she? What was she doing out in that storm? He closed his eyes. Exhaustion pulled him under. Morning came quietly. Sunlight filtered through the broken blinds. The storm had passed. The world was still again. Daniel opened his eyes, and froze. Standing in his kitchen, wearing nothing but his oversized flannel shirt, was the woman. Her hair was damp, falling loosely around her shoulders. Her face was clean now, sharp, intelligent. She was making coffee like she owned the place. She turned, saw him staring, and smiled. "Good morning." Daniel sat up. What are you doing?" "Making coffee. You don't mind, do you?" "You're wearing my shirt. You left me in wet clothes. I found this. Hope that's okay." Her voice was calm, controlled, confident. Daniel's face burned. I can call you a ride. Get you home. No need. My driver's already outside. He blinked. Your driver. She poured 2 cups of coffee, handed him one. He's been waiting since 6. Why didn't you leave? I wanted to thank you properly. Silence stretched between them. Emma ran into the room, backpack bouncing. Who are you? The woman knelt down, meeting Emma's eyes. Just someone your dad saved. Emma grinned. My daddy's a hero. Yes, he is. Daniel stood, uncomfortable. Emma, go brush your teeth. But, now, please. Emma pouted but obeyed. The woman stood slowly, watching the exchange. She's beautiful. Thank you. You raise her alone. That's personal. Fair enough. She reached into her purse. Designer, leather, expensive, and pulled out a thick envelope. She placed it on the table. Cash. A lot of it. For last night, she said. For the bed, the shirt, everything. Daniel stared at the money. His jaw tightened. I didn't do it for money. I know, but I want to compensate you. Compensate. His voice hardened. You think this is a transaction? Most people would take it. I'm not most people. He grabbed the envelope, shoved it back at her. Take it. I don't need your money. For the first time, her composure cracked. I was trying to be kind. Kind. Daniel laughed bitterly. Kind is helping someone because they need it. Not because you feel guilty. She stared at him, silent. You think throwing cash around makes you generous. He continued. You have no idea what generous means. Then tell me. Generous is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. When there's no reward. When it costs you something. His words hung in the air, sharp and heavy. She looked down. You're right. I apologize. Daniel turned away. You should go. She walked toward the door, paused, looked back. What's your name? Daniel. Daniel Carter. She repeated it softly. Daniel Carter. Then she left. The door closed quietly behind her. Emma emerged from the bathroom. Is she your girlfriend now? No, Em. She's just complicated. I think she likes you. What makes you say that? She looks at you the way you look at chocolate cake. Daniel laughed despite himself. What does that mean? Like it makes you happy. He picked her up, spun her around. You're too smart, kiddo. That afternoon, Daniel picked Emma up from school. They stopped at a corner store. He counted his money carefully. Enough for rice, beans, milk. Maybe a candy bar for Emma if he stretched it. At home, he cooked while Emma watched cartoons. The TV played in the background. Then he heard it. Breaking news. Billionaire businesswoman Isabella Monroe survived a near-fatal car crash last night. Sources say a local man pulled her from the burning vehicle moments before it exploded. Daniel froze. He turned slowly toward the screen. There she was, Isabella Monroe, standing in front of a massive glass building. Her company logo behind her, Monroe Global Enterprises. The reporter continued. Ms. Monroe refused to identify her rescuer but had this to say. The screen cut to Isabella. Microphones everywhere, cameras flashing. He was humble, honest, and when I tried to thank him, he refused. That's the kind of integrity money can't buy. Daniel stood there, spatula in hand, mouth open. Emma tugged his sleeve. Daddy, that's the lady from this morning. Yeah, baby, it is. She's rich, very rich, and you yelled at her. Daniel laughed. Yeah, I kinda did. Emma giggled. She probably liked it. He turned off the TV, went back to cooking, but his mind was spinning. Isabella Monroe, billionaire, one of the most powerful women in the country. And I threw her money in her face. He shook his head, grinning. Well, that's my luck. Emma climbed onto a chair. Do you think she'll come back? Doubt it, Em. People like her don't come back to places like this. I hope she does. Why? Because she seemed lonely, like she needed a friend. Daniel looked at his daughter. 5 years old, and already wiser than most adults. Maybe you're right, baby. But he pushed the thought away. People like Isabella Monroe didn't return to neighborhoods like this. That chapter was closed, or so he thought. If you're hooked, drop a like right now and keep watching. This story is just getting started. 5 days passed. Daniel tried to forget about Isabella Monroe. He had work, bills, Emma. That was his world. But the universe had other plans. He was at Emma's school, fixing a broken water heater in the basement. His hands were covered in grease. His shirt had oil stains. Just another Tuesday. Then he heard it. An engine. Smooth. Expensive. Purring. He looked up. A sleek black SUV pulled into the school parking lot. Tinted windows. Chrome trim. The kind of car that screamed money. The door opened. Isabella Monroe stepped out. White blazer. Black pants. Heels that clicked like gunfire. Sunglasses covering half her face. She walked straight toward him. Parents stopped talking. Teachers stared. Kids whispered. Everyone watched. Daniel stood up, wiped his hands on a rag. "Can I help you?" She removed her sunglasses. Her eyes locked onto his. "Mr. Carter, we need to talk." He sighed. "If this is about the money again." "It's not." Her voice was firm. "It's about the truth." She pulled out her phone, turned it toward him. Security footage. Grainy. Time-stamped. It showed Daniel pulling her from the burning car. His face was clear, determined, heroic. "You saved my life," she said quietly. "And I never properly thanked you." Daniel shrugged. "You already did. By leaving." She flinched. That was cold. So was treating kindness like a business deal. Silence. Isabella looked past him. Emma was on the playground, laughing, spinning on the merry-go-round. "She's yours. My whole world." Isabella watched Emma for a long moment. Something in her expression softened. "She's lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have her." Isabella stepped closer, lowered her voice. "Daniel, I came here to apologize. And to make something right. You don't owe me anything. Maybe not, but I want to do this." She pulled out a folder. Legal documents. Official seals. Daniel's stomach dropped. "What is this?" "I own your apartment building. As of yesterday, I purchased it outright." His blood ran cold. "You what?" "And as of this morning, your rent is paid. For life. The apartment is yours." Daniel stepped back. "You can't just." "I already did." "Why?" Her eyes held his. "Because people like you deserve better." "You think I need saving?" "Everyone needs help sometimes." Her voice cracked slightly. "Even me." Daniel stared at her. Something in her tone. Something real. "What happened to you?" Isabella looked away. "I grew up in foster care. Group homes. I fought for everything. And somewhere along the way, I forgot what it felt like to be powerless." She turned back to him. "Until that night. Until you reminded me." Daniel's anger melted. Slowly. "So what now?" "Now I do something I should have done from the start." She handed him another document. He read it. His eyes widened. The Carter Initiative. Supporting single parents. Job training. Financial assistance. Childcare programs. "I used your name," she said. "I hope that's okay. You named a foundation after me. It represents the only kind of strength I respect. Quiet, honest, real." Daniel couldn't speak. "I want you to help me," Isabella continued. "You know this community. You understand struggle. I don't. I need someone to keep me grounded. To make sure this actually helps people. You want me to work with you. I want you to guide me." Daniel looked at Emma, still playing, still innocent. He thought about all the nights he'd stayed up worrying. About rent, food, whether he was enough. "If I do this," he said slowly, "we do it my way. No cameras, no publicity, just real help." Isabella extended her hand. "Deal." He shook it. Her grip was firm, equal. Then she smiled, mischievous. "Oh, and one more thing." "What?" "I still have your shirt." Daniel laughed. Actually laughed. "Keep it." A reporter pushed through the growing crowd. "Ms. Monroe, are you two together?" Isabella glanced at Daniel. Her eyes sparkled. "Not yet." The crowd erupted. Daniel shook his head, grinning. "You're impossible. I prefer persistent." Emma ran over, breathless. "Daddy, is that the lady from TV?" "Yes, sweetheart." Emma looked up at Isabella. "Are you going to help my daddy?" Isabella knelt down. "I'm going to try. Is that okay? Only if you promise to be nice. He's the best daddy ever." "I can see that." Isabella's voice was soft. "I promise." Emma hugged her. Isabella froze. Then slowly, carefully, hugged back. When Emma ran back to her friends, Isabella stood. Her eyes were wet. "She's incredible," she whispered. "She's my reason for everything." Isabella nodded. "Then let's make sure her father never has to struggle again." As she walked back to her SUV, She turned one last time. I'll send the paperwork this week. And Daniel, yeah, thank you for reminding me why I started this company. Why's that? To help people who helped me when I had nothing. She drove away. Daniel stood there, folder in hand, heart pounding. Emma tugged his sleeve. Daddy, is she your girlfriend now? No, baby, she's complicated. I think she likes you. Daniel smiled. What makes you say that? Because she looks at you like you're her favorite person. He picked her up, spun her around. You're too smart. Maybe Emma was right. Maybe something was beginning. Something real. 2 months later. Downtown Convention Center. Press everywhere. Cameras. Lights. Influencers. The launch of the Carter Initiative. Daniel stood backstage, uncomfortable in a borrowed suit. Tie too tight. Shoes too shiny. Emma sat beside him. Pretty dress, braids perfect. She swung her legs excitedly. Daddy, are you nervous? Terrified. Don't be. You're going to be great. A production assistant appeared. Mr. Carter, you're on in 2 minutes. His stomach flipped. I thought I was just watching. Ms. Monroe wants you on stage. She didn't tell me that. Emma giggled. Surprise. The lights dimmed. Music swelled. Isabella walked on stage. Powerful. Confident. She owned the room. Good evening. Tonight we launch something personal. Something that matters. The Carter Initiative. Applause thundered. This exists because of one man. A man who saved my life and asked for nothing. A man who showed me that true wealth isn't money. It's character. She looked toward the wings. At Daniel. Daniel Carter, please join me. His heart stopped. Emma pushed him. Go, Daddy. He walked on stage. Legs shaking. Lights blinding. The crowd erupted. Isabella handed him a microphone. Say something. He stared at her. You set me up. She smiled. Speak from the heart. Daniel turned to the audience. Hundreds of faces. He cleared his throat. I'm not good at speeches. I fix things. That's what I do. He paused. But being a single dad taught me something. You don't need money to be rich. You need people who believe in you. His voice grew stronger. That night in the storm, I didn't save Isabella for recognition. I saved her because it was right. And somehow, that moment changed everything. He looked at Isabella. She could have forgotten me. But she didn't. She came back. She listened. That's rare. The audience was silent. This initiative isn't about me. It's about every parent doing their best. Every person who feels invisible. You're not invisible. You matter. The crowd stood. Applause shook the room. Isabella took his hand, squeezed. After the event, they stood in a quiet hallway. Emma asleep on a nearby couch. Isabella pulled out a small box. I have something for you. You've done enough. Just open it. Inside was a watch, engraved. For the man who didn't sell his soul. Daniel's throat tightened. You didn't have to. I wanted to. She stepped closer. You changed my life, Daniel. You changed mine too. They stood there, close. The air between them electric. I still have your shirt, she whispered. I know. It's my favorite. Mine too. She smiled. Even though I stole it. Especially because you stole it. Behind them, a photographer. One photo. They stood together. Professional. But their hands touched. The camera flashed. Something real was captured. 1 year later, a small office opened. The sign read, Carter Construction and Repair. Powered by Monroe Global. Daniel wiped grease from his hands. His business. Small but honest. Everything he'd worked for. The bell chimed. Isabella walked in. Jeans. White shirt. His shirt. Hair down. Relaxed. Still fits, she said. He grinned. Still stealing my clothes. Borrowing. She walked around, touched his tools. This place is perfect. It's small. It's real. Like you. Emma burst through the back door. Isabella, I got into the STEM Academy. Full scholarship. Isabella's face glowed. That's incredible. Emma hugged her tight. Daniel watched them. His daughter. This woman. Family. Emma disappeared to do homework. The shop went quiet. Isabella turned to Daniel. Nervous. Vulnerable. I have something for you. Another gift. A question. She handed him an envelope. Cream-colored. Sealed. What is it? Something I'm scared to ask. His heart pounded. You. Scared. Terrified. She touched his face. You make me feel things I forgot existed. Like what? Like I'm home. Daniel pulled her close. You are home. They kissed. Soft. Deep. A year of friendship becoming love. She pulled back. Open it tonight. Think about it. Why not now? Because I want you to be sure. She left. Daniel stood alone, envelope burning in his hand. That night, he couldn't sleep. Morning came slowly. He opened it. A card. Handwritten. Daniel, you saved my life in a storm. But you did more than that. You saved me from becoming someone I hated. You reminded me that kindness is the greatest currency. That honor matters more than wealth. That love is built on respect, not transactions. I'm not asking because I owe you. I'm asking because I can't imagine life without you. Without Emma. Without the man who threw my money back and taught me what integrity means. Will you marry me? The second page was an invitation. Already printed. The wedding of Isabella Monroe and Daniel Carter. Daniel's hands shook. Tears fell. He laughed and cried at once. Emma appeared. Daddy, why are you crying? Because something impossible just became real. Is Isabella going to be my mom? He picked her up. Would you like that? More than anything. Then yes, she's going to be your mom. Emma screamed with joy. They danced in the kitchen. Life was changing. And it felt right. 6 months later. Small ceremony. Close friends. Emma stood between them, white dress, flowers in her braids, holding their hands. The officiant spoke. Do you, Daniel? I do. Laughter filled the room. Isabella smiled. I've waited long enough. Do you, Isabella? I do. Forever. They kissed before permission. Nobody cared. At the reception, Daniel gave her a small box. Inside was a key. What's this? The key to my truck. The one from that night. I restored it. It's yours. She stared at it. You kept it. Some things are worth keeping. They danced. Emma joined them. The three swayed together. A family forged in a storm. Built on honor. Sealed with love. Isabella whispered, sometimes kindness saves a life. Daniel added, sometimes it saves 2. Emma finished, sometimes 3. They held each other as the sun set. Orange and gold sky. Their story ended, but their life together was just beginning. If this story touched your heart, subscribe now, smash that like button, and comment below telling us what moved you most. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories like this. Thank you for watching until the very end. You're incredible. See you in the next story.